up, YouTube fam? It's your favorite unapologetic lesbian, not back with another reaction. So today's video, me and my wife, Witchy wife, we're trying to find an abandoned place or a cemetery that we haven't been to go to today. Well, last night as I was looking, I found quite a few places, and we decided to go to one because it wasn't that far away from us. It was only about a 30-minute drive, which was Lydia's Bridge. Well, when we started our adventure to head out towards Lydia's Bridge, we ended up going directly past. Well, first, let me start this way. As we're heading that way, it took us right past a place that I frequented when I was in active addiction. I actually lived at this place for about a week. It has since been abandoned. It was an old hospital, and I give a brief rundown of it in the video. But it was an old hospital turned into apartments, and now it's abandoned. And like I said, it took us right past there. Well, when we leave from there, we start to head to Lydia's Bridge, and it took us right past another spot that we had been talking about, which is an old abandoned school. Now, this school has a lot of history with it. I mean, a lot. Now, when I say that, the school burnt down, and that's what closed the school for good. There is different stories with this school. No one really knows the real reason, but right there at the school, there are houses that family members lived there when the school was running and was teaching little kids. A family member has come out and told my wife a story that was passed down to him. And he actually was a student at that school at the time. But the story behind it, I'll tell y'all the story I heard first ever since I was a kid, and then I'll tell you the story that a family member of people that lost their lives, little kids that lost their lives in that school, I'll give you what he said. But the story I heard was a fire broke out in the cafeteria. Because this was back whenever schools had actual home-cooked meals where they were spending all morning cooking the lunches. Legend has it, a fire broke out in the cafeteria, and some kids were not able to escape. Some teachers, faculty, they weren't able to escape. Now, the family member story. The family member story is that there was this school. This should tell y'all how far back this was. This school was built and made during well, I don't think it was built necessarily, but it was a segregation school. That's it. And the janitor was the only white person working at this school, and that pissed him off. So he ended up, and this is what the family member said, he ended up boarding all exits and starting a fire. The teachers that he actually liked, he told them not to come to school. Some actually listened and didn't come, and others said no. He told them something about a bomb threat. But some of the teachers said no, that they cared about the students and they were going to stay, and this janitor said, well, you're going to die with the rest of them. But that's the story that was told from a family member, and that family member actually lost brothers and sisters in that school in the fire. He was actually sick that day. It was either him or his dad. I think it was him. It was either him or his dad, but he was sick and he couldn't go to school. So he lived, but he lost his siblings because they weren't sick and did have to go to school and didn't make it home that day. But it led us to that place, and then we finally made it to Lydia's Bridge. And Lydia's Bridge, after I show the video clips of Lydia's Bridge, I'm going to show the article that I found on it. And there's many different articles. They say it's folklore or myth or legend, but there is an actual news article of a young woman, Lydia, who did die at that bridge. She was ran over. And her apparition, her ghost, still lingers at that bridge to this day. She does not make her appearance known to females She only makes her appearance known to males. And the story with that goes, as you're coming to the tunnel, the bridge, she appears in your back seat. She gives you directions to her house. And when you pull up to this address, she is no longer in the back seat. Now, the people at the address, I don't know if it's the same people, but the people that did live there, or still do, I don't know, they actually will give you more in detail of the story. They don't get mad when people just randomly pull up in front of their house and then knock on the door and ask about a woman. They don't get mad at that. They actually give you more detail of the event from that night, the tragic event. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I will say, with the abandoned hospital, which is the first video, or the first couple of videos, that was very hard for me. I say it in the videos, I did not want to use. I did not have the urge to use any at all while I was there. But it was extremely hard because I could photographically remember every aspect of that building. It was like taking a step back in time. You know, in the movies how they like foreshadow something and show something that happened in the past, and they do it in a way that there's actors being that person. That's really what it was like for me. I could see myself walking through the doors. I could see myself in the apartment. I could see myself everywhere in that building and around that building. And I wanted to stop because I've already started doing videos of places that I have been. And even though it was hard for me, I want others to see that recovery is possible. And not to fear the places that you once was doing your active addiction. You don't have to fear those places. You don't have to feel embarrassed or ashamed. I walked around that place today. I filmed it for you guys. I did not enter the building, but I did show y'all. And it was hard for me, but, you know, right as we're pulling into the parking lot, my wife asked me, "Are you sure you're okay? Are you going to be okay?" And I told her my exact words, "No, I'm not okay. This is going to be hard, but I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for somebody out in the world that is in recovery like we are, and hopefully it helps them see that recovery is possible and you are able to stare at your past self, well, places, or look, like, for example, with me, I was able to see myself walking into that building. But you're able to revisit these places and not have the urge. You will get triggered. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You will, but you're able to not use. You're able to not have that urge. That urge was not there for me. I was more heartbroken and sad than anything because it's completely abandoned now. And that place was a place where kids were... It was bad area, yes, but it was a place where kids in their early years were making memories. Christmas memories, Easter memories, New Year's memories, birthday parties. Like, there was families living in those apartments, and now they're all gone. So it was more heartbreaking. I put myself out of the equation, and I thought about the deeper and bigger picture. And it made me sad. It really did. But I hope you guys enjoy this weekend's Abandoned Adventures with Ambro and Witchy Wife. If y'all do like this, let me know down in the comments. And we'll continue doing this because we like doing this. We like on the weekends taking a day for just me and her and going to abandoned places. It's really fun. But let's not waste any more time and get into these clips. If you didn't hear from beautiful Witchy Wife, I'm starting this kind of in a trigger because we're doing abandoned adventures today, and one kind of ties in with my drug addiction and a spot that I frequented when I was in active addiction. I lived at this spot for about a week, but this spot is actually, it's got other history than just me and my drug addiction. It's an abandoned hospital that they turned into apartments. And on the second floor up there is the rooms that I stayed in. there's a picture that I show of me standing in front of an oven waiting on our dope to get done. That oven was in there. So this is crazy. The thing about this was an old hospital, and I don't know if you can clearly tell it's no longer, you can get in here, but there's boards on all these windows because a fire broke out down on the first level, and there was multiple fires break out actually, and with that, they ended up condemning this place or making it to where you could not live here anymore. So what once was an old hospital turned into apartments is now an abandoned, empty, vacant lot. So stay tuned for the next abandoned spot. We're actually not there yet. I figured I would show y'all the front of this place. Keep in mind, this used to be a hospital, and they turned it from a hospital into apartments. But this is, oh wow. This is the front of the building. And y'all can tell, see all them windows busted out? That was from fire. That wasn't from people knocking them out. But that was the front door. I've been through those front doors. And now we'll take y'all around to the back. That also goes with the hospital. I'm pretty sure this is where the ambulance would come back in the day from down there and come here to drop patients off. This is the back side of it. And like I said, this building also goes with the hospital. And if you can't hear, it is raining, which makes it a little bit more eerie that we're out here. There's that, and then on the other side, diagonal from us, the other side of the building, that's where the dumpsters were for the hospital. But I may have already said it, but I'll tell y'all, like I told her, when we pulled in, I was shaking pretty bad. And she asked me if I was going to be okay, and I said, well, this is about to be hard as fuck for me, but I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for someone else. Hopefully, hopefully someone sees this and sees that recovery is possible, and you can go back to where you once done things and done your DOC, and everything still be okay. I did get triggered, but I do not have a craving. I have not wanted to use any at all since we pulled into this area. I have no urge, no desire to use. Looking at this actually breaks my heart because, I mean, it was a hospital turned into apartments. And I didn't tell y'all this, but I did tell her, right over there where that awning is, that was the laundry area where the washing machine, the dryer, and all that was. That was the morgue of the old hospital. Talk about demented. So they turned this from a hospital into apartments, and where the morgue was, they make that the laundry room. But yeah, anybody out there, that if you see this and you are in recovery, sorry, I'm shaking a little bit. Okay, as I was saying, guys, my bad. I didn't want to shake really bad for y'all. But if there's anybody in recovery and y'all are fighting and it's just seeming impossible, I want to be a beacon of hope, a beacon of light. I was in that building at one part of my life getting high. I banged in that building. In fact, those 4 windows right there. Babe, will you zoom in on those windows? Those windows, right behind those windows is where I done that stuff. Right behind those windows, I'll insert a picture here in just a second. Y'all have seen this picture, but this picture was took in that building. You can, recovery is possible. And like I just stated, I do not want to use at all. Looking at this place, it honestly, how cool. There goes a plane going over it. That's kind of cool. And that's a commercial flight too. But looking at this place breaks my heart. It really does. People lived here. They did. There was some people that ever since this place became apartments lived here until they condemned it to where everyone had to leave. There was children that were being raised in these apartments. Children making memories, even if they were bad memories were being made here, and now it's just left to rot. And from what I've been told and the research I've done, they're not trying to do anything with this.
They did at one point.
They did, but because of the fire damage from all the fires, they can't. There's too much smudge and mold on the inside. It's not inhabitable. You cannot. I mean, you can go in it if you want. I would not, because there is no trespassing all over the building.
And I tried.
There is no trespassing out here. Trespassing against that building, the other building.
Right there.
And look, if you look that way, you can actually see the building? Zoom in. Thank you, beautiful. That building right there, that was where the dumpster, whoa, sorry about that. That is actually where the dumpster was. And that's also where they held the ambulances. Because this hospital actually had ambulances on site right there. But it's bittersweet, y'all. It is. Part of who I am today came from this building. Part of the fight that I have today came from right here. I saw somebody's tires get slashed right there. Got a whole peel from that deal. Spent a week after Christmas in these apartments. But now we're gonna try and go to another place. This one is not connected with my drug past or my recovery. This is the only spot for that. The next place that we are heading is a place called Lydia's Bridge. There is articles about this. This was a real thing. A young woman died prom night. There's so many different stories. The story I've heard and the story I've heard since I was a kid was a girl was walking home from prom because her and her date broke up and she got hit by a car. Now the urban legend is that she only does this with men. She will not do this with females. But if you are a man driving down the road, she will appear in your back seat, give you directions to her house. Once you pull up to this house, I just spit, my bad. Once you pull up to this house, she is no longer in your back seat. And the people that actually live at that address, they know about it. They've lived in the surrounding area their entire life, like generations of the families. And they actually give you more detailed stories of Lydia's Bridge. But it's a rainy, gloomy day. Figured why not go to a little ghostly, mythical, kind of factual, legendary place in North Carolina. See you there. What is up, YouTube fam? So, pit stop. On the way to Lydia's Bridge, it took us directly past another abandoned spot that me and her have known about our entire lives, which is a school. This is the old Thomasville School. It burnt. There's many different stories on here. I have a ghost story with this place. It involves the bars down there at the bottom. I seen a kid holding the bars on fire. But old Thomasville abandoned school, and this place keeps catching fire. It really does. Let's take a closer look. Well, I've never been able to see the floor in here. Here it is. First time for everything, y'all. I am actually, for the first time, inside of this old school. Wow.
Jimmy Neutron.
Oh my God. Look at the moss, as you like to call it. Earth hair. There's Jimmy Neutron, y'all. Somebody's made a fire in here right there. That's how the fires keep happening. Homeless people come in to get out of the cold and they start a fire in here and the fire gets out of control. Yeah, see, that's what I've saw. Which makes me scared to even be in here. Like, yeah. See, that's the door. That's the front door. Well, the other door. Yeah, there's no floor.
I love the tree.
Oh, did you not see down there?
Yeah.
SpongeBob. The boys are gonna freak out. Poopa gang. Right? There's the cubby right there. This is absolutely crazy. I've never been in this building. Wow, there's even more. See, I ain't been back behind it neither. Because that story about that little boy, I got scared. So did my brother and my friend that was with us. So we hightailed it out of here. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Well, this is the building from out back. She said the last time she was here, you could actually walk in there, but there is no floor now.
The bars down here looks like, or the windows look like they have bars on them.
They do. I think this was like a gym.
This is unsettling.
Very unsettling. Weird. So, you guys, we have made it to Lydia's Bridge. Now, like I was telling y'all, this bridge... What?
Vans.
Now, as I was telling y'all, this bridge is where a young woman lost her life. And yeah, as Babe pointed out, there's vans spray painted. Now, there's another bridge right there, and pretty sure y'all can hear them. But that's still, there's an active road right there. I'll walk over here and read this plaque to y'all. That plaque, Jamestown Double Track and Bridge Project. This railroad bridge span was rebuilt as a part of a 9-mile project to reinstall double track on the North Carolina Railroad. The original bridge was built by Southern Railway in 1916. The bridge upgrade and double track project was constructed through a partnership between the North Carolina Railroad Company and North Carolina Department of Transportation and Norfolk Southern Railway, December 9th, 2009. But this used to be a tunnel for the railroad above us, because the railroad is up there. But this used to be a tunnel for the railroad, and she ended up losing her life because she was walking. And the story that I heard, it was she was walking, it was rainy, it was foggy, and she got hit. I don't know the exact location of where she got hit, but she got hit. This is the original spot. And the other bridge is still raining, but the other bridge, look, there's a sign for it that I'll take y'all to. Hey babe, if you want a picture of the sign that's over here that gives the story of this place. But if you can kind of tell, the bridge is graffitied all to hell. I mean, it's beautiful graffiti, not even gonna lie. And see, like I said, beside of an active, busy road, and there is actually a college over there, which is where we parked, and there's a farm. But legends and lore. Lydia's Bridge. Since the 1920s, I'm not good with the spelling, y'all, an apparition of a young woman has been seen hitchhiking here, only to disappear when drivers come to her aid. North Carolina folk life ensuite, William G. Yeah. But that's not even, it's not even folklore. Because I am, at the end of this, going to insert news articles. Well, there is a news article about Miss Young Lydia and her losing her life here that tragic night. But there's also articles about this place, because this is, it don't look like it. I mean, it kind of does. But there's no parking. Like I said, we had to park over there on that side. But it's kind of a tourist destination, in all honesty, because of the folklore of it. But that is the bridge. Lydia's Bridge. I feel like she was coming this way, walking, and just got hit. And as the folklore goes, her apparition only appears to males. It does not appear to females. Have you sensed her any? So the folklore is true. She will not let herself be known to females. And we are both females, so. But if you guys enjoyed today's adventures with Ambro and Witchy Wife, please make sure you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next abandoned adventure. See ya.
I remember I ain't had no car. I used to take out walking everywhere. Fuck it, nigga. You ain't gotta let me ride. I know about walking. I got 20 on my feet. Walking on the side of the road. It's for that little nigga walking to the store right now, yeah. I need an engine, yeah. Tired of walking on the side of the road. Wanna go and talk to some hoes. Wanna go and talk to some hoes. I'm thinking they might diss me, yeah. My money ain't right and she knows. Broke as a junkie, really broke as a junkie. How I'm gonna get some money? Fuck, I'm gonna make some money. I sit and think in the shower, like I need to sell powder. If I don't see a dope quick, oh shit, I'm back to walking on the side of the road. Walking on the side of the road. I need an engine, yeah. Tired of walking on the side of the road. Wanna go and talk to these hoes. Damn, that bitch roll, that bitch roll. I'm thinking she might diss me, yeah. My money ain't right and she knows.
On my side of the road, I didn't walk alone. Had a couple day ones, and we used to see them rich folk in them brand new caddies with their perfect life, pulling in the suburb with fancy driveway lights. Thinking to myself, I wanna get my mama that. Yesterday I bought my cousin and my homie Hellcats. Yeah, what they think about that? Southside living, no pretending, on the street first class. I'm tired of walking on the side of the road.
I know how it feel to be walking, nigga. You ain't by yourself. I need an engine, yeah. I need a car. Tired of walking on the side of the road. Wanna go and talk to these hoes. Damn, that bitch bad. Hey, she might diss me, yeah. My money ain't right and she knows.
I can't help but stick out just like a hitchhiker thumb. You probably ain't gon' understand me unless you come where I'm from. Deep down in Louisiana, so much pain you go numb. Look out problems in the face, you either fight or you run. Nah, I ain't never perfect, ain't gon' claim to be. Like the Lord for the shelter from the rain he gave to me. Went from walking the rope, here's the grip and grain and pee. I was tired, he picked me up, put me in the passenger seat.
I'm tired of walking on the side of the road. I know how it feel to be walking, nigga. You ain't by yourself. I need an engine, yeah. I need a car. Tired of walking on the side of the road. Wanna go and talk to these hoes. Damn, that bitch bad. Hey, she might diss me, yeah. My money ain't right and she knows. Facts, you can't compete, you got no car and he got racks. Got money. Think he ain't gon' fuck your broad, he got plat. Big time. Platinum plaques on the wall. Big dog. Rolls Royces, bitches dropping they drops. Up now, nigga. No more walking on the side of the road. Yeah. I got too many. Yeah. They used to blow the horn at me. I saw a nigga smiling. Watch who you shit on, nigga. Now them niggas walking on the side of the road. Fuck them niggas. Look at them now, bitch ass. God don't sleep. They need an engine.
They need an engine. And we ain't walking on the side of the road no more. Well, I'll pray for you, brother, but leave me alone.